everybody. Happy Tuesday. And here we are. Now we're in the space today. So we're changing it up a little bit. And I hope everybody is doing all right and that your day is starting off okay. Today we are going to talk about intuition, tuning into your own intuition. And how do you tune in, and how do you make it stronger, and how can you navigate your life using your intuition? So, good morning, Tracy. Hi, Bronny. Nice to see you guys. Hey, everybody. So, there we go. Good morning. Okay, so our intuition, you know, it's innate. We all have it. I mean, that's the good thing, right? The good thing is that you don't have to earn it. The good thing is not for the select few. It is for all of us. Hey, everybody. Good morning. Thank you, Bronny. Thank you. Thank you. I really do love it. So I appreciate it, you guys. But our intuition is one of those things where we don't always use it as much as we can. There we go. Hey, Kiko and Shelby. Nice to see you. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Lisa Jean. There's Amanda. Oh, my goodness. Full house today. Full house. Hey, Emilio. So, full house. So, our intuition. So, you want to know, like, what is that? All right. So, intuition usually it's kind of a feeling. It tends to be when our clairsentient is kicking in. It may connect itself as a picture or a flash of information. Again, those are your other clairs, right? So just real quick, for anyone who doesn't know, let's just make this super simple, because some people are like, oh, it's my clairvoyance, and you're like, what? Oh, I see dead people. Well, what do you mean you see dead people? So, hey, Rosie. So super quick, just for anyone who doesn't know. When you see something, like a flash of a picture, a shadow out of the corner of your eye, something inside what perceives to be like your imagination, that's your clairvoyance. Now, with these clairs, right? But clairvoyance means seeing, clear seeing. It could be inside your mind, like you're crazy, right? Inside your imagination, or physically you see something. Now, real quick too, that could be connecting the dots. So let's say you see a billboard, or you see a photo, or you see something and it connects a bit of information. That's still your clairvoyance tuning in with your intuition to help you get a hit of information. You see what I'm saying? Okay. But inside your imagination is also there. So it's like your inside eye, your outside eye. Okay, your imagination eye, your physical eye. So that's the clairvoyance. Clairaudience is hearing, clear hearing, okay? Now, that again could be something physical you hear. You may physically hear someone call your name, or physically hear that voice, or it may be inside your mind, inside your ear, okay? So again, that's the inside, the outside. Then there is the clairsentient. So right here, all right, that's your gut. It's your gut. It's your intuition. Clairsentient is a feeling. So you have a feeling. Now, the way I love this and the way I teach this all the time is your compass. All right. And I even did one of the episodes on using your compass. So go back and find that. It's so much fun. And I use my compass all the time. So your compass really is your gauge, and I love it. And you can use it to answer so many questions in your own life just by tuning into your compass. But your feeling, you have a gut feeling about something. If something doesn't feel right, you have a feeling that your kid's gonna fall, or something that's the mother's instinct, you know? So that's that. Clairgustance, just so you know, is smelling, for any of those who smell. But last one, real quick again, claircognizance. You just know. You know, it's a download of information. And you're like, whoa, where did that come up? It's like, so how many times have you met someone and you know that they just got in a fight with someone, or you know that they're pregnant, or you just know something? There's no way you should know that. There's no way. It's weird that you know it. It's weird. That's how you know it's your claircognizance. That's why we all think we're crazy, all right? Because we are, to the real world, we're crazy. Let me give you an insight. Now, real quick, so psychic, you say, well then what's psychic? Real quick, so psychic is when you take these hits of information. So all of these are hits of information. When you are able to take these hits, then connect it to a logical reason, a logical answer, like that extrasensory perception steps in. So that's when it kind of becomes a little more psychic. I mean, that's the best way to try to explain it, because otherwise it can get so complicated. Kiko, crazy is a good thing. Crazy is a good thing. Thank you for liking the mug, Emilio. It was a gift. Actually, real quick, this was, okay, so real quick, at Christmas, there was like a Secret Santa thing, and this man, he owns a gem shop, and he's super sweet, and he got the glitter mug, and I about died when I saw it. I was like, oh, and he's like, you can have my glitter mug, and I was like, oh, thanks. So that's how I got the glitter mug. But let me just share this really interesting story real quick. Yesterday, so I had this feeling, I moved out of my place, there's a lot of situations around it, but I had to pay double rent, and I just said to the landlord, listen, if there's one thing, you know, if you rent it out, you know, just pay me back the rent. And he's like, yep, nope, they're not there till the 15th. They're not there till the 15th. I had this feeling. And so yesterday I went to Lowe's because I had to do some things. We're back in that neighborhood, right? And then I heard, so drop in information, go to the old house. My logical mind, my ego mind was like, no, I don't need to go there. Intuition kicked in again, go to the old house. I go to the old house, there's a car in the driveway, and there's a lady coming out of the backyard, and I said, oh, you moving in? She goes, yeah, I'm moving in tomorrow. And I'm like, huh? Tomorrow's the 11th. So, very interesting. This is why we have to listen to it. That's something small, but this is why we listen to it. Oh, thanks, Daisy. Daisy, you'll have to get the coffee with Colby mug that are coming out very soon. So, so this is the idea. The idea, you guys, is you're getting so much more information than you realize. But what happens is you're probably dismissing it. You're dismissing it because you don't want to be crazy. But you're already crazy. You're already crazy. So I would say own your cray-cray. Own it. Love it. Love your cray-cray. And other people may look at you like you're weird because they do. But you know, you'll be in such your authentic self. You'll feel better. But it's also like muscles. So the more you use these clairs, the more you use them, the actual stronger they're going to get. It's like going to the gym, I say. It's like, you know, doing your bicep. You know what I mean? So, you know, we all have biceps, but when you do a curl and you do, so what takes building a muscle? All right? I used to be a fitness trainer. What takes building a muscle? You actually have to be consistent, and it takes repetition, and it takes commitment. What do you think building your gifts take? Repetition, persistence, commitment. We have to keep going, stretching our muscles. Our clairs are our muscles. They are our spiritual muscles, okay? And when we practice them and when we stretch them, they become stronger. And when they're stronger, they come in more. All right? Ah, my guns. My old guns, they used to be fabulous, but now they're like middle-aged guns. They seriously need to be reloaded. All right, so you're saying Colbs, fantastic, love the info. how do I stretch and how do I build. I'm going to give you a few things here. There is the summit that I'm doing with Lisa Williams. That's only on Psychic, right? But I'm telling you guys, Psychic is the foundation of all of your gifts. It really helps. It really helps you in your medium. It helps you in your everyday life, whether you want to do this or not. So that's 6 weeks. It's video fun. I mean, who doesn't want to play in the sandbox? So that's an idea for you. But throughout the day, you have to start connecting the dots. The way you do it is looking for synchronicities, all right? So if you see something like, for instance, you see a feather and then you're somewhere else and you see a feather again, you have to connect the dots. That's not a coincidence. We chalk things up to coincidence so many times when it really is a connecting message. It's either a message from Spirit or it's a message from our guides, but it's clearly there to show us something. And we have to be able to connect those dots. So that's one way to do it. A couple little things, fun things. When you look at license plates, look at a license plate, then try to redo it in your mind's eye. So practice it in your mind's eye. Do not close your eyes on the freeway. That's not what I'm saying. Do not go out there telling the world that Colby said close your eyes on the 405. That's not what I'm saying here. That would be silly, okay? What I want you to do, though, is go ahead and say that number again inside your mind's eye. That will help you strengthen capturing something quickly, capturing it and freeze framing it, okay? So when you capture it, look at me, I'm like the fly swatter. When you capture it, you have to hold it. So, because it happens here so quickly, you have to kind of launch in and hold it and almost lock it in. Remember those machines with the toy like this? It's kind of like that. You have to lock it in. All right? And then, so it's training yourself how to do that. Emilio, you know what? I'm actually thinking I'm going to do an advanced circle very soon. I feel inspired to do one very, very soon. Thanks for sharing the video, Tracy. Thank you. So hearing, a couple things. You may hear your name called. That's a big one when Spirit's really trying to get your attention. You may hear your name called, things like that. But what you can do is in the real world, tune into the sounds. So if you're in an office, sometimes we want to tune out the sounds. I want you to tune in. You have to do the opposite. You have to build that clairaudience muscle, all right? Is the washer and dryer running? Do you hear a fax machine? Do you hear the copier? Do you hear someone making a cup of coffee? Do you hear someone 3 offices over? Do you hear whispering? How strong is it? So what you want to do is name that sound. So you want to tune in and name the sound, and name the sound, and name the sound. That just helps build your kind of dictionary of sounds, but it also tunes in and builds that muscle of hearing. Things like that. So these are all things that we can do. And I'm glad it's validation for you, Amanda. These are all things we could do, and it really does take practice. It takes commitment. It takes really being open as well, because sometimes we create these expectations of how we perceive it should come in. And Spirit, you know, they're just like, I don't think so. They're like, nice try. That's so cute that you think you know how it's going to work. Because they'll slam you on the side and it would be something completely different. So it's being flexible. When you can be flexible and responsive and connecting the dots and tuning in and aware, it actually helps the overall intuition. The last thing, you guys, one last thing. Yeah, remote viewing is a great one, Stephen. Absolutely. Practice some remote viewing, but you need someone else to hide something. That really helps. Ask someone to hide something in a room and then see if you can tune in as to where it is. And I lost my train of thought because there was one other thing I wanted to say, but Stephen made me lose my way to go, Stephen. I'm just blaming him. Let's see, what was that last thing I wanted to say? Is this. Last thing, you guys, you don't want to wait till after the fact. So many of you, because I know I did this too. Okay? You have a thought or a feeling or a hit, but you don't listen to it in that moment. What you do is You wait to see if it happens. And then if it happens, you go, oh, I knew it. Well, it doesn't count, right? It's not about being reactive. I want you to, in that moment, start listening to it. So, okay, so when that moment, yeah, like when you know who's going to call you and then the phone rings. Yeah, that happens a lot, Raylene, or a text message, things like that. It's a little harder these days just because people have designated ringtones for people and caller ID and all that fun stuff. But it is a great one to try. It was better in the old days when we had the old telephones, but it's still one that you can absolutely try. Or think of someone and then you'll see that they reach out to you. That happens so much as well. So there are a lot of things. One last thing too, sorry, but grab a journal and keep a journal with you and by your bedside. So when you have a dream that you can try to remember the dream, write it out, because so many times dreams can be premonitions. They can be visions that we get. I think it's very important though to write the date of that dream, because you want to know, when am I having a dream, and then when does it come to reality? What is that time period like? So you want to try to take a look at that, okay? Anyhow, I mean, listen, this could take hours. We could do this for days, but I just thought it would be fun tuning in. Let's play, let's practice, give you a few fun things to think about during your work day, get you through the work day. You know, imagine what color underwear your boss is wearing. I mean, that's kind of fun. You may not be able to validate it, but it's still fun to pretend, especially when they're like not being nice to you. Anyhow, hope you guys have a great day. There you go. And looking forward to tomorrow. And there you go. Thanks for joining me in the space today. And have a wonderful day. Thank you, everyone who shared and commented. And I love it so much. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Oh, look at that. Be you. Be you. All right. Bye, you guys.